Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are ya?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm good. How are you, Deweese?
I'm doing good. Look at that
You
crazy
still haven't
man.
taken that rat off your face.
No kidding.
I've been instructed not to. I tried to shave the other week.
Oh. Yeah, she messaged me and told me that, and I was like, oh, man. Anyway.
What? We're going to have a talk later.
Anyway, welcome, everybody. Let's see. Travis was first in the chat tonight. Welcome, Travis.
He needs a sticker for that.
I know. Aurora PPG is here. Bill H. John Wayne. Lots of chatting going on. Randy Milstead. Let's see.
Pennsylvania PPG.
My normal guys, Daniel Williamson.
Say hi in the chat and I'll get you on the spinning wheel.
Yep. Say hi. Walter's finally up early.
Yeah.
And here, Bob McFly, Pennsylvania PPG.
Yeah, Travis, I'm going to talk her into sending you a sticker for being first since you never win a spinny prize.
And we got Keith Gray in the house. Welcome, dude. I think you should come up here. It's like a angry snow globe outside right now. Mike S.
If you never win a spinny wheel thing, let me know because I totally rigged this thing.
Copay J wasn't first tonight. And we got ParaOrange products. And, oh, yeah, that's who's going to be on. Jeff Jolliffe's in the house. Hey, Jeff. Jeff's probably still, oh, yeah, he's down at Lake Wales, he said. So, all right. So we have Karyn Close and ParaOrange products back on.
Copay says he's clacking.
Yep. Karen Up's in here. James Belleville's in here. Thanks, guys, all for joining. So Karen's going to be back on. She was kind enough to join us again, and she's got some products. I'd like, if you saw them in the intro, she's got some new info on herself, and she's got a new wing. So let's ask her a whole bunch of stuff about her and her products and see if we can get some people to buy some of her products. Karen, welcome.
Hi there.
Hey, Karen.
Thanks for coming back on the show with us.
I think it was a year ago that I was on. Yeah, I think so.
1 year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of weather do you have? You're down in South Carolina, correct?
Yeah. It's ranges between cold, and I say cold like maybe 40s, 50s to like mid 70s. So you never know what you're going to get from day to day, and rain and wind. And so I haven't been flying in a couple of weeks. Well, probably 3 or 4 weeks. Yep. I haven't flown because of that. Anytime I'm free, the weather doesn't agree.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Deweese, you got kind of like you're whining it's cold, and then the next day you're like, oh, it's too hot. It's 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's either that or it's real windy and you just can't.
Yeah. Huh. You're probably getting the front that we're getting.
Yeah, it comes here before it gets to you. Yeah. Like today, it's been so windy. You can't. I mean, it's been warm and nice, but it's been so windy you can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not used to this camera angle, Karen. You got this all off.
I'm sorry.
Usually you have it from like down here.
That's the Friday night.
I'll do better. I'm sorry.
So we got late joiner Kevin can toss. Welcome. He's in the house. Karen Up is here joining us tonight also. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Daniel's got a question here. Did you guys see my epic turtle? I did it with 25-mile-an-hour winds on the beach.
What are you doing in 25-mile-an-hour winds?
No kidding.
Kidding. So, and Walter says, Karen, I need a wing bag.
Well, Walter, I can make you one.
She's making my wedding dress. I'm going to be waterproof.
I'm very busy making his wedding dress.
Which reminds me,
she's going to make my chest pop.
I've been talking about that wing bag you made out of the wing.
Oh yeah.
That was beautiful. I loved that.
Thanks. It was so pretty. The colors on it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to do that to all the wings.
Yeah, that was really pretty. I loved it.
He's gonna have a one of a kind.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if anybody saw that, but I had taken James Sutherland's damaged wing and converted it into a stuff bag for him.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
It was
Like
very
It was, yeah.
and
That was
really pretty.
awesome.
Yeah. It was more work than actually doing just a regular windbag because I was dealing with the double layer there and how I was going to cut it out or the color's going to match and line up, and it just came out right.
It's like kind of like a patchwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really beautiful.
Yeah,
Maybe instead of like a ParaOrange like wedding dress, I should like send you a BGD wing and you can work with that.
He's into those wedding dresses.
He's into dresses.
There we go.
Yeah,
Here it
There
is.
you go. There you go. Yeah, that's
How
really
about that?
Yeah.
I was kind of jealous. I was like, I want this.
You didn't want to send it back to him.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he had enough fabric, like from this one here. Looking at that,
It was a challenge, to get the just two, because the center, I don't know if you see down the orange, there's a seam. So I had to make two halves just to get it. And so did I have enough material that it would join together and look right? So it was a challenge.
well, you did an awesome job.
Thanks.
Does he have it now?
No, he's gonna get it from me at Bad Apples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good job.
Yeah. But I sent him pictures so he sees it. He knows it's done.
Good.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I can find some other pictures quick of your products, and I had them here, but
So recently we've run out of material for the windsocks, and the supplier that gave that I got it from, I don't think they make it. I think that they get it from a supplier and they can't get it anymore. Sure, it's overseas, but it's a really difficult material to get a hold of. And I've tried everything to hunt down the material without having to change it. I did find somebody in California that's willing to actually make it for me. So they sent me a few samples recently, and I'm just kind of scoping them out to see if I like them. There's different weights, and so I have to decide what I want to use. One is really super close to the material that I am currently using, so that's probably what I'm going to go with.
Do you still have any Para tomato material? I've heard you got that.
Para tomato?
Yeah, didn't you make like Jordan Honeyman or something that was like Para tomato? He's like, it was red when it showed up.
The red bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the red material.
Karyn, what's your most popular product?
Maybe somebody should guess.
Okay.
Covers, paramotor covers.
Wait, are you guessing or is the audience guessing?
I'm guessing. I just guessed.
You're so bad.
You said you can play.
I threw my hat in the ring.
For you to play.
There's no rule set up. I'm going with it.
What do you think, guys? What do you think is the most popular product?
That you like or that's being sold?
No, that's being sold, that people buy, that people go after.
I'm going to say trike covers.
Hang on. Let me see if I can.
Orange undies.
Squatty potties.
No.
Oh.
When we've got one socks, orange undies.
So we've got
wing bags.
Those can't be comfortable. Those are like Carhartt underwear. I got to break it in.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri keeps talking. She likes Steve's voice or something.
I don't understand. Sounds like Siri knows me.
okay.
Pair of drawers. Okay, so the top one is the custom trike covers.
Ha! I win.
Custom
what do I get?
covers.
Who's
You
sending me
said
a
trike
sticker?
covers, but Deweese was closer. Custom trike covers are first. Then I would say that the take along bags are second, and the wind socks are third.
Okay.
Now you bought, Jade, you got some streamers.
Yes.
And how do you like them?
I know Eric says he likes them, but I fly too high. I need to get down low to look at them closer.
They are thin, yeah. They're narrow, I should say. They're narrow.
Yeah, I did a request and asked her if she would do a little bit wider bands on them, streamers. So maybe my blind eyes could see them better.
Maybe I'll do a double wide, but not as long, because I think that would be heavier, too heavy to like,
yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, I completely forgot that it would screw up the sock itself.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that.
I think is kind of cool. Tell us about this.
So I have only 2 lines that I do right now, but if you need, it's an emergency line repair kit. I'm not doing lines. I'm not in the business of doing lines. So don't call me and say I need line replaced. That's for the other experts that do it. This is just merely something to carry along with you in case you need, in a pinch, a line. They come in one size. I don't know the size off the top of my head, but there's one thin line, which is more like a brake line. One's a main line. But it's just to keep on hand in case you need it in a pinch. But I don't recommend that you rely on them, not because of safety or anything like that, but you really should have your wing inspected at that point and have all the lines looked at.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good info. And let's see what else we got here. I have to go through each one here.
It's okay. That's the landing pad in case you want to practice your spot landings.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. That looks kind of small there, but it is pretty big. I'll have a couple of those at the Bad Apples Fly-In, which is what I'm going to this year.
Wait, how big are we talking? Because I have bad aim. Just look at my bathroom.
Ew.
God. Steve, TMI.
I didn't swear.
TMI.
Right.
Yeah. So if you wanted to, practice your spot landing, that wouldn't work very well with Deweese and me. It's a trike. We have trikes, so we wouldn't be using that. But it's
you can still do accuracy stuff with trikes.
Yeah, but I don't.
You can't because you're on a quad.
PBT3, I had to do spot landings, so
just paint mine on the ground with some orange paint.
That's the standard cover. Yep, I still have a bunch of those on hand all the time, and I'll have those at the fly-in as well.
How many do you think you made last year, just like trike and motor covers?
I didn't even keep track. I don't know. At one point, I couldn't keep up with the orders, and I had to stop. And then I had gotten sick for a little while.
And you had hand issues or wrist issues.
Yeah, and I couldn't sew at all. I couldn't even hold a glass of water. That's how bad it was. But we sorted that out, figured it out, and now, like the last couple of months, I've been back in business doing stuff full-time. Like, not full-time, but I have a full-time job, but at night or on the weekends. And those are riser bags.
Nice.
And those riser bags can be fitted into the stuff sacks as well. So the stuff sack, if you don't want a riser bag in the stuff sack, you don't, but I can put it in there.
Okay. On to the next one. I don't know why my computer.
It's an Apple. We've talked about this.
I know. This one's pretty cool.
Helmet bag. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And I think
you asking if there's red? Yeah, I have red material. I can do things in red. And then that you can put on, excuse me, all of the places that you need to do your pre-flight check. God, words are hard for me today for some reason.
Okay. Oh, and one more.
Oh yeah, you hang that over your netting, and it tells people that you're doing the pre-check on your motor, because there's never a fun time when someone comes up and says, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah, and then you're like, "Okay, where was I?" And I have to start over.
Right. So back away if you see this. Don't talk to me.
Well, they don't know.
Right. Yep.
Are there any like ideas that you kind of want to do in the future for new products?
Yeah. So one of the things that they used to make is that a knee board. It's a very tedious thing to make. I tried to do. I did make them. I tried to change them up a little bit, but I tried to make it easier to make. But there's no way around. It's tedious work. So I'm gonna try and have some of those at the fly-in at Bad Apples. So what it is like a that has I should have had it. I didn't even think about it because I have a sample. It's a pocket where you can put your phone in, and like the clear covering that you can still use your phone when it's inside because it's that type of.
Oh, so
clear.
Right over like your thigh.
Yeah, and you put it on your thigh and it clips onto your belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pennsylvania PPG is asking, can you get a custom logo on the covers, such as a business logo? Like
I can do that. Yeah.
PPG.
Yep. I've done that.
Nice. Wait,
Yeah.
what? You've done logos?
I can print just like I can print my logo. I can print if you give me the logo, I can print the logo and put it on the cover.
Are you doing it in vinyl or what are you doing?
No, it's not vinyl. I can't remember what it is, but I can do a single color in vinyl, but the colored ones, the orange guy that you had in the intro, that's what I usually print out and put on there.
Oh.
I use a heat press to put it onto the material.
Yeah.
You thought about making flight suits?
I was gonna do that, but it's a lot of work, and I do this on the side. But I just know that if I start to say, "Hey, I got flight suits," I just know what I'm going to get myself into.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like someone's got a full-time job.
No, it's not going to pay me what I get paid in my full-time job.
Just got to charge extra. Most paramotor people have money.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're complaining about the cost of things already, but I can't. I'm trying to do.
They have money and they complain all the time, but they still have money.
I know. But I try and keep the costs down because with COVID and even after COVID, the supply chain is still really messed up. And I think I have over half of the stuff that I usually get. I have all new suppliers just because of that. It's difficult to find a replacement product and keep the price down. So that's been the challenge. I really wish, the United States would get their act together with that. Right. Heated jackets. Well,
I think Pete is in Colorado, so he's kind of like me, stuck in a snow globe, an angry snow globe.
That's it, Burr. It's cold.
Oh. So tell us about your adventures since last time we talked to you on here. You're still on a quad.
I'm still on a quad.
You're flying with Eric DeFore at times, right?
Yeah, sometimes I go down there and I fly with them.
Okay.
I bought a motorhome in the last year to do more flying.
That was right after Bad Apples.
Shortly after, yes. I'm in the market for an easier way to transport the quad because the camper hitch is probably at least 6 inches higher off the ground than my car. So to lift it up on there is pretty cumbersome for me to do. But I can do it. It's really weird to watch me do it because I can't do it. But I really like if anyone out there has a contact with someone that would be able to get me even a crank winch, like if I backed the trike up on the platform that I had, but like a winch that would me to, once it's on there and secured, just raise it up and secure it. I'd love that. That's ideal, I think. But I would get a trailer, but I don't have anywhere to put it. I live in an HOA, so The camper is, parked at a friend's house, 2 miles from my house, and my quad is at the airport. So I just don't have the ability to have a trailer, and I don't want to inconvenience anybody with it.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So, nothing wrong with flying a trike. Quads are pretty questionable. Have you ever thought of just trying out foot launch?
I have foot launched before, Steve.
Oh, you have? I didn't know that. Sorry.
Yeah. Back in the early 2000s, I used to foot launch.
The early 2000s you foot launched?
Yes.
So did you have a big gap of when you were flying, or?
Yes. I used to fly with my father. Steve's late to the game here.
I didn't know this. I've known you all this time, and I didn't. Well, heck, our audience doesn't know you. Let's talk about this right now.
Were you on the show last year?
No, you brought me on in June, so I never got Karyn's full story. Hey, we got a bunch of new people. I want to hear it. I got to hear this.
Go for it.
So John Wayne said Harbor Freight. I've already gone to Harbor Freight, and they can't help me. So I know they sell winches. It's not what I'm looking for. I need someone to help assemble a winch that will. I know what I want. I just can't explain. It's hard for me to articulate. Anyway, I'll go back to that. But to Steve's question, so when I first got involved in this sport, I was skydiving, and my dad and I did that. And we saw these guys flying around an airport near where my grandfather's estate. We were working on his estate, and we didn't know what they were. And we looked up, and my dad says, there's an airport nearby, a family-owned airport. So I said, okay, well, we're done here. We're going to go over there and check it out. So that's what they were all doing. They were all foot launching. The only thing that sticks out in my head is this guy had a Fresh Breeze, and it was heavier than hell. And I was like, well, it hasn't changed much. They're still heavier than hell. But anyway, it wasn't that at that time. It was I'm going to say that was probably 2003. And that was during a time where you couldn't just try it out. You couldn't go tandem. Nobody was doing that. And a trike was people fooling around with putting. So we had to buy all of our equipment. We got what we thought was training at the time, but knowing what I know now, that was not even training. There were two different guys that we worked with, and my dad actually didn't foot launch. He was practicing foot launch, but by the time he got off the ground, he had a trike someone had made for him. It was kind of more a platform with wheels, and he mounted it. But I foot launched. I never had a trike. I did buy the trike. I just never mounted it. So we did that for a while, and then he got sick. My dad got sick. And he was on the mend, but then he found out after that he was on the mend, he got cancer. And then I never got to fly again. And so I could have flown again, but the airport got sold. So everyone kind of disbanded and found their own little private flying places and didn't they were hush hush about it. They didn't tell anybody, you know how that goes. And then my dad passed away in 2009, and everyone said, just keep your equipment. You never know, you might fly again. Cause it was something I did with him. I just wasn't going to do it again. I didn't think. But I ended up in 2015 selling the engine, but I kept the wing and my harness because it was a PG rig. So I figured I might do that. I was at the time moving down south here in South Carolina, and I ended up not doing that, but I always kept the wing in really good shape, always took care of it. And then we had our dog pass away, and my daughter says, because we were really depressed that our dog passed away, and she says, let's go skydiving. Because I was like, we got to do something to get ourselves out of this funk. And we went, and she loved it. She jumped twice. And then I was like, I forgot how fun it was to be in the air again. And what was nice about that is, but she was the same age I was when I first started jumping with my dad. So it was kind of cool to do that with her. But she didn't really want to do anything on her own where she had full control over it. She just likes to be a passenger. She doesn't want to, commit to doing it. I can understand that. But I got the bug again. And so that's when I said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go get trained by Eric DeFore, because I had already known who he was back in the 2000s, although he was, I think, in Canada, and that's why I didn't go to him at the time. So I went and I trained with him, and here we are. And then I got married up with the ParaOrange team and took over their business, and it's amazing how things churn in a year.
That's crazy. So I just want to understand the timeline really quick. So before you got into this, you skydived often. How often would you skydive?
We try to go every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then early 2000s, so 03, 04 is when you start flying with your dad. How long until your dad got sick and you stopped doing that?
He got sick in 2007. We didn't fly much towards the end of that because of work and different things. And I had a child at the time, and she was a toddler.
Uh-oh.
Everybody freeze.
Oh, she's not coming back.
Come back. Clear.
Karyn!
Don't die on me, woman.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Now you're back.
Okay, there she is.
Oh, you
And
saved
then,
her life.
So during like the good period, how often would you fly with your dad?
Oh, we try to do every weekend because of our jobs. Yeah, every weekend.
Oh, that's
try
totally
to do it every weekend. And it's like now, like if the weather lets us do it, we do it.
And then when he got sick and then he ended up passing, you had a big break. When did you go back to training with Eric DeFore?
A year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
It was in it was October, a year and a half ago, October.
Man, that is so cool. I'm so glad I brought that up. I had no idea. I did not know that was your story.
Although when I flew before in the early 2000s, I was spoiled with laminar weather because I was on the beach all the time. And down here, I'm inland, so it's not the same.
Now, when you train with Eric DeFore, surely you should be able to tell me this. How does he keep his boots so white?
They're a very special kind of boot.
How does he keep them on?
No way. Because he's dragging them on the grass.
James wants to know what held me back from going back to foot. So back in the day, I weighed 110. No, well, I was 98 pounds then. Yeah, I was about 100 pounds then. And all up, I think the equipment was 60 pounds. And I tore my shoulder doing things with PPG. And so this time around, I'm much older, and I am 115. Not that that's much change, but the lightest engine out there, it'd still be a kind of a chore for me. So I just decided that, wheels are better. Wheels, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I'm good with the wheels. Especially in the southern heat and humidity, wheels is the thing to be on.
Yep. I like wheels.
Darren, I believe it wants to know how many jumps you had when you were skydiving.
Oh, I don't remember. But at one point I was trying to get my AFF, and I was really close to getting in my AFF, and then I got pregnant. So I had to stop.
Me too. So no.
During the show, during that break is when we saw the PPG guys, and that's when we transitioned over. I didn't ever go back to get my AFF.
So to get your AF, how many jumps do you have to have?
I don't know what it is now, but it's like 15 to 20, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you still ever do a jump for fun once in a while?
Well, yeah, that's what me and my daughter did. Oh, Steve.
Come on now. Come on. I'm late to the program. I used to be an outcast, and I still am.
Okay. So before we lose all these questions, we got to go back to the products for a second.
Or do we have to go to the spinny wheel?
In a second. I got to find it here. So Jeremy's asking, can you make custom printed wing socks? So that would probably...
Wind socks.
With that, I can experiment with the material. I do a heat press, and I'm afraid that it's a melamine finish on it, and I don't know what the heat would do to it. It's a very weird fabric. I don't know how to explain it. It's ripstop, but it feels and sounds like paper.
Yeah.
But it's got a melamine finish on it, which makes it fully waterproof and
so you can't go too hot with it.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard unless there's some other way to get the logo on it. But I have a heat press.
I don't know if sublimation would work on that if it's waterproof.
So yeah, it's a challenge.
Okay. All right. And then the guys, quickly going back to your trailer or trying to get your trike or your quad on there. Darren says, if you show a picture, we can fabricate you something.
Okay.
Somebody said, or Darren said again, do you have roof racks?
No.
Bill H says, I'll build her one.
No, remember, I want to put this on the back of a camper, but I don't want to tow it because then I have to have a tag on it.
Yeah.
So the platform I have now is raised. It's like the rectangular carriers, right? It's not big. It's a carrier, but they've taken the pole and they've put it on the back side of it. So triangle end sits close to the hitch, and then the pole that goes out in front is where I kind of secure the center axle of my quad.
Okay.
So if you're sitting in the quad while I'm driving, you're facing the traffic behind you.
Right. And then he says, fold up trailers stand up against the wall with the wheel guides and tie downs.
Right. But if I tow something that has wheels, I have to get a tag and register it. But if I keep it raised the way I have it, I don't have to do any of that. So I'm going to try to find a picture of somebody sent me.
Well, like James says, maybe a retractable trike would be the answer for traveling and staying with the wheels.
Retractable trike?
Yeah. So the front wheel, like after you get into the air, you can, I think it's pull a pin right in the middle, and you can bring that wheel in. And so even with traveling, you could probably take that front wheel off and break it down.
Yeah, I try. I don't really want to break anything down. I'd rather just keep everything. It's just one more thing I have to remember to put together.
From what I remember seeing with, I think, Sean or Hey Bill Brian, I think it's pretty simple. So, even just, for when you're on traveling places or whatever, going to bed.
Darren, if you can put your email in here, I'll message you the video that I have that it's, I don't know who this guy is, but he made something that I'm interested in.
Go 6 wheels, 8 wheels. Just give you like tank tracks.
No.
You tore up my LZ. What are you doing?
So I don't think if I showed it on here, you guys would see it very well. It's a video that maybe. He disassembles it. Can you see it?
Hang on, I'm going to put you just on solo here and see if we can get rid of.
I don't know how well you can see it.
Yeah, you're good.
Come on, guy, get to it.
He's not showing his butt crack.
Gotta give him some butt crack spackle.
No.
Plumber grade.
See how the winch is like he just lifted it up? If I could get something like that. That's what I'm looking for.
Huh. So Darren said, I know what she's talking about. It's a cable raised frame.
Yep. I just can't find it or find someone that can do it for me.
He said Overland Systems makes one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who they are.
Well, I guess you'll be talking to Darren some more. Thanks, Darren.
Darren, message me, info.
Yeah, send the link on here. Otherwise, he said, he's asking.
Yeah, you can send it on there.
I'm sure everybody else is interested. Hitch mount. So Bob is saying, I'm thinking of a meat hook plumbed to your hitch mount and a strap.
Yeah, but how stable would that be? Would it be like really, wishy-washy going up in the air? This is going on the back of a Class C motorhome, guys.
I really hope we're talking about transportation.
All right, let's do a spinny wheel. What are we giving away? What are we giving away? Do we want a ParaOrange sticker? Oh, I probably could get
sticker.
Let's see your ParaOrange sticker, Karyn. You got one?
Come
oh,
on,
goodness.
Karyn, you did not come prepared.
Stop it.
Here, we'll do one first from one of my friends that I have been chatting with for probably 2 years now, since I started flying and started before starting the show. Donnie Lee Kavanaugh with Texas Wind Riders. She sent one of these along, so I'm going to give one of these out. It's not a sticker; it's a coaster. So if you guys are interested in that, and Karen's got, we'll do Karen's first. She showed her sticker, the ParaOrange sticker. So,
all right,
go for it. ParaOrange sticker.
Spin of this wheel is brought to you by Backcountry PPG. They don't pay us any money, but I'm a shill for Trevor Steele.
What'd you say, Karyn?
I said this will be the time when my name comes up. Watch.
Travis was first up, so I tried to rig it for him. And Copay Jay, because he's a longtime fan. Oh. Dantissa.
Oh, that'd have been cool if Darren got it.
I don't know.
Neat.
We got Scotty.
And
We
Scott.
got Scotty. He's got a lot of bourbon in his trailer.
Scott Starbuck. Congrats, Scott. All right, for a ParaOrange. Scott, send me your address, or if you're friends with Karyn, you can send it direct to her. Otherwise, just send it to me and I'll get it to her. Let's go one more. Let's do the Texas Wind Rider.
Show's brought to you by paramotorgirl.com for all your paramotor girl needs, such as leggings, girl cut shirts, everything to make Hot Buttered Steve look beautiful. Contact Jade. She'll hook you up.
That's tomahawktees.com.
Don't ever correct me in front of people.
Steve.
So Scuba asked if I flew with the skis yet, and
I don't know. This is weighted to one side of this wheel. I don't know.
Steve Williams or Linda Kramer?
Kramer.
I need to pick a new sound. This is getting too depressing.
Texas Wind Riders. All right. Congrats, both of you. Linda, send me your information, and I still need to talk to you. So, all right. Now, tell us about your current wing.
Oh, well, I went from I remember it's 23. I knew that like forever, but I don't know why I have such senior moment right now. 23 meter to 21 meter. It has 2D steering. It's a Cross Everest, and it is very different than what I was flying, which was a Mac Para Muse, and it's going to take some getting used to.
Now,
sure.
Was the Muse your old wing from decades ago?
Yeah.
So you went from that old wing to the Everest.
Yep.
Now, is the Everest a single skin, or is that our typical double with cells and everything?
It has cells and everything. And the new wing actually has spines in it, which my old one does not.
Oh, battens in the leading edge. Okay.
Yeah. So it definitely feels different. I feel sometimes, I don't know what this is. It's probably just it's not my imagination. It's the wing because it's different. It sounds different. So I'm flying and it sounds like, and it kind of feels like I get smacked in the side of the wing. So I don't know if it's the tip that just goes in and straightens itself out, and that's what I'm hearing. I don't know. But by the time I look up, I don't see anything going on. But I definitely hear it and I feel it.
You need to fly with a 360 camera.
I'm sure it's a big difference. That's a big difference in wings.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Each of the wing is different.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely different. So, and since I haven't flown in a few weeks, I'm probably going to take my old wing up just for confidence because I know that wing really well. And then go down and take the new wing up. But yeah, it's going to take some getting used to this new one. It's kind of scary for me because it just, the other one was very, very safe. And I don't need an eventful flight whatsoever. I like just going up, flying around. I don't need to do tricks or anything like that and come down.
It's funny you say that because I've had, in my entire flying experience, I've had access to every BGD and Dudek wing out there. I haven't tried anything. And now I'm finally moving on to my second wing. And it's like, ooh, this is a big deal. It's the same wing, but just a smaller size. But still like a really big deal. So hopefully once I get comfortable with that concept, it's like, I want to start just trying whatever's available and just push past, get nervous about it.
Keith, I'd like that. If you could help me out there, that would be great.
Oh, there you go. Keith said he'll mount a 360 cam. Perfect.
I need to figure out a new camera setup for mine because I had mounted my phone. This is a good tip for you guys. There's so much vibration on the quad, and I'm sure Deweese on the trike, that it messed up the iPhone's camera mechanism, the back camera, not the front, the back.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's I don't know how to explain it, but it was constantly jittering and it made this humming noise. And they're like, yeah, the last time we saw this was someone who mounted it on a motorcycle. I said, well, I know where I did it. So I ended up getting a new phone, but I was up for a new phone anyway. But I will not mount the phone on it was convenient. It was nice, but I don't want to damage the phone. So
have you figured out the ticking noise?
No.
Audio yet? Because
no.
Eric now has it. I have it. You have it.
I'm told.
Wait, what do you have now?
What is it?
It's the audio interference.
When we do live.
It's I'm sure it's the frequency interference from your spark plug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So my thought was if we're doing live, shut down the radio, the comm. And maybe that would eliminate it.
Well, mine's Bluetooth, so it didn't happen when I was wired. It was the Bluetooth, so it was definitely a frequency.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop, Steve.
So if anybody's got any suggestions for that, so like when it warms up, I like doing lives on Facebook, and Karyn does also, and we get this ticking noise that kind of sounds like a annoying
beat in the background.
Yeah,
but you can't hear.
Some people aren't going to like to hear this, but Jock Burton Jackie B, he's got one of the beta units of the PPG Smoke headsets. And man, like the noise canceling from the headphone, he can go on Facebook Live and you can hear him talk without hardly any sound from the motor at all. And I know people are like, where's my headset? I bought one years ago, but he's got one of the betas and you can just hear him crystal clear.
We used to have that, but it's like all of a sudden something happened and reach out to Avery. Oh, okay.
I'd like to see, what people have when I'm at Bad Apples to see what their setup is. Cause it's hard I'm a visual person. I want to see how it's set up because you can say, oh, get this and that and this, that. And I'll get it. And I'll go, okay, what next? Unless I see, if I see it at Bad Apples and I go, oh, okay. I remember all this equipment, how it went together, what they did, how they used it. I'd rather go see what someone has set up and see the results of what you have. So I'm going to be there all week. I'm going there for the entire week.
Oh, I'm going to miss you.
I know. I wish you were going.
I know.
We had so much fun last year.
You're not going to Bad Apples, Jade?
No.
What? Why?
Steve is there all the time.
You tell me now.
It's too far.
It is a haul for her.
It's far away. Maybe next year.
I'm bringing my new girlfriend, Deweese.
Darren, I've tried to find the right spark plug.
Me? You're going to take me?
Yeah, I'm going to take you to town, girlfriend. You're gonna go
Darren, I've tried to find the right spark plug for mine, but I can't find it. I can barely find the one that I need on mine.
What kind of motor are you running on your quad?
Nitro 200. Nitro 200. Deweese, are you going to Bad Apples?
No, I'm saving for my vacation.
Gotcha. Steve, you're going? You're going?
As far as I know, yes.
Unless you've been commanded otherwise?
Well, no. So importer for Nirvana is going to drag me down already. And I was going to just ride with him. However, the new gal's in Alabama about 4 hours away. So I figure I'll just swing to her, pick her up. We can go to Bad Apples and enjoy that.
So you're going to stay with her. You're not going to stay at Bad Apples.
Well, I'm going to stay in my tent with another person.
Oh, okay.
But
gotcha.
I should make it to Bad Apples, I think.
Boy, this Darren is like a
plethora of information.
Yeah.
Plethora.
Most valuable motor on Barnstormers. What's Barnstormers?
Oh,
is it a game?
Airplanes. I think it's with aviation.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Barnstormers.
I know Eric's always drooling at things on there. JR, while you're in here, I didn't have time to grab that. Do you have a link for me that you can post in here and we can help you? And Travis wants to know, is everyone
just go to Endless Foot Drag. When is that?
That
Endless
is
Foot Drag is middle of September.
It's like
where is it?
Weekend.
It's in Kansas.
It's in Fredonia, Kansas, a little bit south of Wichita.
Okay.
It's my favorite one.
Why? Why is it your favorite one?
It's about as big as, it's comparable in size to Salton Sea and Bad Apples, but you get a good blend of everybody because it's in the middle of the country.
Okay.
So it's a super cheap, not cheap, chill fly-in. Everybody just jives well together. It's flat, no trees, whatever. So it's some good flying, but I'm partial to it because it was my first one that I ever went to that was big with like 300 people. And so I always have my heart for it.
And he was famous there.
Yeah.
That's why it's his favorite. Trevor
Steele showed up. Trevor, I already shilled for you on the last spinny wheel.
Jade, what about your skis that you put on? Those were awesome.
I know, but Bob McFly is asking about Tombstone. So that's down in Arizona. So Bob, my parents went to see John Allen the other day, and because they live like 10 minutes from them. So hoping next year we can maybe get down there and either check the tombstone out or down by them. So that's pretty cool. Let me pull up Facebook and
don't look at my feed.
Hot Butter Steve put Randy Milstead in that spinning wheel.
I did?
You didn't.
Ooh.
Every time I do, you told me not to because he'll pass.
Oh, I didn't say not put him in there.
Okay, I'll put him in there. I put him in there last time and you yelled at me. So
no, I said pass.
No, that was 2 times ago.
Yeah, that was just.
Steve, you're not going to win.
Put him back in there.
I'm going to put myself in there. I want to get some stickers.
No kidding. Okay.
Screw our viewers. I'm just doing this for myself.
Oh my God.
He's the viewer.
I lost you guys. Okay, so
Walter. That's the type of plug I'm looking for.
Hi,
Spark
Lori
plug,
Fisher.
Spark plug, Steve.
check my machine out that Eric helped me.
That's amazing. That's pretty darn cool.
There's Coco, my little flying partner.
I think you're the
I like
person
that little bird you got on the front.
My little flamingo, and my Martin Hathaway awesome Fender.
There's our other little varmint.
Yeah, Teddy.
Have you already flown with the skis, Jade?
No, not yet. This weekend it's supposed to be 40 degrees, so we're gonna go down to where we learned, and Eric's gonna work with some students down there, and hopefully
I'd be so afraid I'd be going backwards, taking off.
I want to take off in like rollerblades or something.
Eric actually flew with his, but he said it was where he went on the north. Oops, I better get off of there. He went on it wasn't a packed down area. It was pretty, not deep snow, but it's like I couldn't see him. I could hear him and I could see his wing come up. It's like the wing just kept going and it was just staying down. And he said he had a hard time getting the skis out of the snow.
Oh,
just a little bit of a drag. So, but I think if we're on like where we landed, we flew to the bar the other day to have a soda, and it was
a soda,
10 miles. Yeah, you can't drink. You can't have anything in your system you can't drink for 8 hours if you fly. I learned that.
You don't offer in-flight shooters on tandems? Yeah, I'm not recommending.
Oh my God, Steve.
So anyway, last year when we flew there, trying to take back off on the snowmobile trail, my wheels kind of sunk in the snow and my hoop flexed and I broke my prop. My first only prop break. And so this year I was,
The wall of shame.
Yeah. So this year I was kind of nervous, and it's like, so Eric's like, do you want to go? And there was a bunch of people in the bar, and we kind of slithered out, and the one guy saw us get up and he's like, are you going back out there? And it's like, oh. He's like, am I in the way? No, you're not in the way. Just stay here. And then I told Eric, I said, I got to go to the other side of the bank because we were on like the river, but it's frozen. And where the snowmobile trail was packed down a lot more. And so I go out there and I'm undoing my wing, and all of a sudden like 10 snowmobiles pull up right behind me, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm setting up my wing, and then they're just sitting there watching. I'm like, you guys can go. And they're like, no. And then they shut all their engines off, and I'm like, oh God. But I pulled it off. I didn't break a prop this time. So I got
Darren, I've tried to find those spark plugs and I cannot find them.
Oh, is that what this is what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll pay you if you send me the ones that I'm looking for. Yeah.
Question for Karyn.
Yeah.
26 a medium-sized bag you need. The middle size.
This one?
Yeah. The middle-sized one that you need. The large size that we do is for 33. I tell you, words are hard today. 33 meters or bigger. The other one goes from 22 to 32, I think. So.
I'm trying to catch up on.
Question for Karyn. What do you hate most about the quad?
I don't. I don't. I was going to actually originally get a trike, but then I like the stability of the quad. So actually the quad saved my ass one day because the wind where we fly, it's not like kind going through the hangars, and sometimes it gets me. And it spun me to a point where I was headed for the hangar. And it's not a trike, Keith says. I was headed for the hangar, so I had to abort. And I was probably 20 feet off the ground. I was kind of level with almost the top of the hangar. And then I put in too much input and turned sharply, and I went straight into the ground. And I'm pretty sure that the front wheels saved me. That if I probably would have done more damage if it was a trike than if it was what I had. So wow. I didn't really damage it at all, but I'm pretty sure that my setup it worked in my favor for that one.
With your past experience, would you ever be interested in doing D-bag stuff where you go up in a tandem and jump out and skydive pretty much off of a paramotor?
No. No.
All right, I'm going to share something for a buddy. I told him, I said I would do this. Not that I'm wanting him to sell his flying gear. But he says he just doesn't use it right now and could use the money. And contact him. He's been posting it. It's a 2019 Power to Fly. Adam 80, 8 hours on a dudek. Comfort seat, small, medium. PPG LED hoop lights. Polini throttle. Will include 2 spare props, 125, 130 for 4,500. He's willing to travel up to 500 miles to the buyer.
Wow.
No, JR Paramotor, you got to stay with us.
I know. Custom Mac Para charger, 21 meter, $2,500.
Is he getting
it life gets you, but
or is he getting out?
I think he's being a good dad, and he's working his butt off. He's a single dad, and he says,
I was a single dad. Tomorrow I'd sell my stuff. Wait,
John just got another.
Scary. Oh, John. God. No, I'm just kidding.
John just got a tornado warning, he said, so stay safe.
Oh, boy. So if anybody's interested in this, hit up John Adams Jr. on Facebook, and that would be the Wing 2. Those are custom colors. Those were his daughter's favorite colors. She picked out those colors for him.
Oh. Damn, that's a good deal.
Yeah. So he's been posting it quite a bit, and he's got it on our...
He's not gotten any takers.
Yeah. It's a pretty wing.
Wow.
So if anybody's looking or you know somebody, help JR out. But dude, it's like, and he was JR was self-taught himself on flying, so it's pretty cool.
Maybe I need to go have a private conversation with them and be like,
I know.
Wait, hold on a second. Do you really need the money?
So if anybody knows anybody that's looking for one, pass it along.
Some people, they save forever to get into the sport, and then they get in it, and then they get out. And I'm like, that was a big waste of time and money.
It's tough. It's tough. The attrition rate is so high.
I know.
Depends on your community, friends. Do you got the local support?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you got the money, there's a lot of factors that play in whether you're going to stick around or not. It kind of sucks because on a very basic level, this is safe and fun. Yeah. It really is. It's a safe, fun activity. But it's hard to get adjusted to. It was for me.
All right. I put the link in the show. We already hit an hour. Holy cow.
You want to do a spinning wheel?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll do a Just Wanna Fly sticker tonight on this round.
Okay.
If anybody wants to join in on a little short after show, say hi to Karyn.
You can say hi to me.
Hello, Steve.
Karyn.
No.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Dweezy.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Weezy. Yeah.
Darren and Keith, you're right. Like it is a money pit sometimes. I think wheels alone were like over $300 to just replace the wheels and upgrade them on mine.
You pay child support? No, I fly paramotors. It's the same thing. Oh, we got Mike S.
Oh, see, John Jemmy is in here, and I just made stuff for him too.
Oh man, Jeff's coming. Oh, we got Jeffy. Man, Travis, I tried to put you in there twice and you didn't get it.
Jeff, he flies a trike also.
Not a quad, a trike.
He flies a
wheels or wheels, buddy.
You want to do one more, or are you good?
We're good. We're good for tonight. All right. So next week, I just looked, and next week we have Kevin Can Fly, or Kevin, what did he say? Kevin Can Throw.
Kevin Can Toss.
Kevin Can Toss.
Oh, man, that's going to be a hot mess. I'm going to have to get drunk for that one.
Oh, boy.
Like, really drunk.
So, Jeff, send me your info, your address and stuff. I know you're partying it up down in Florida right now. So, Karyn, any last things that you want to talk about before we...
What do you want on your tombstone?
After show?
We're not talking about that. Stone. What's wrong with you? Yeah, if you're going to be at Bad Apples, stop by my tent, say hi. Love to see what you have in your own setup, and we'll talk.
I tried to stop by your tent and say hi, and you kept running away from me.
What the heck are you talking about?
Oh boy!
But I'd love to see anybody on, that's going to be at Bad Apples. I'll be there.
Are you on any other social media besides Facebook?
TikTok, ms.close. I don't really go. I have accounts on the other ones, but I don't really use them.
She's got a MySpace. Yeah.
I probably do. It's probably really old. I haven't logged in probably a decade or so.
Oh, all right. Steve, you have a safe trip tomorrow? How long are you gone?
I come back on Sunday. Got to go back to work.
Okay.
And then a couple weeks after that, I'm gone again.
Everyone will know when he's coming back. He'll have all these love story pictures, and
I'm gonna have a selfie in every moment. Like every intimate moment, I'm gonna take you into the story. I'm the hero in the story. I'm gonna take you in.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Deweese, are you gonna be flying anytime soon?
Not if the wind doesn't quit.
I know. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm waiting for that tornado warning to siren just because it's so windy.
Yeah, and on windy, it doesn't look like it's going to quit. The gusts are still there.
I know.
Yeah, so.
Well,
let's see.
You make sure that you say hi to Karyn when everybody goes down to Bad Apples, and I say hi also, and then wish we were there.
Oh yeah, me and Karyn are going to get drunk.
Oh boy.
I'm going to bring moonshine. I'm going to have moonshine, and so is Kat. Kat was the one who was passing around the moonshine.
That's the worst about that.
Jalapeno mango.
I'm bringing some.
All right, guys, if you are interested in chatting with us for a little bit after this, come in the chat. Remember to go under Google Chrome, and don't forget to tune in next week with our guest, and also check out ParaOrange. And if you're looking for any products, Steve,
or if you have any, we'll see you in there.
Wait now.
If you have any product ideas, you can ask John. He had a product idea for me that he needed personally, and he asked me if I could make it, and I said yeah, and I did. So if you have any ideas, there's nothing I can't sew, except Steve's dress. I don't do the dress.
All right, say it again, Steve.
If we don't see you on there, we'll see you in there.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. See you next Wednesday.
Baby, go flying high, flying high, flying high. Baby, go flying high, flying high, flying high. Till night becomes day, I'm gonna show you the way to be the queen of the dance floor. So move around. I'm gonna take you to my favorite bar and kiss you till your head is in the stars. So will you show me how you make your moves and how you dance your body to the groove? Baby girl, you know it's now or never. Spin around, look around, everyone is watching, but you're mine tonight, and nothing's gonna change it. No, no.